Good afternoon, Facebook family. I want to talk to somebody today, and I want to talk to the one that is feeling stuck. Um, just feel like there is a hindrance with you moving forward in your craft, your ministry, your career, whatever the thing that you have before the Lord. It's important that we hear the voice of God over anybody else. I'm going to be very transparent with you for a moment. I'm going to share a testimony with you. I got saved in my early 20s, and before Christ, of course, my life was going down like a downhill spiral. It's just out of control. But when I gave my life to the Lord, it made all the difference for me in the world, and I'm so grateful for that. But this is one problem that I had. I was intimidated when it came to me understanding the voice of the Lord for myself versus other people telling me what God had for me or what He didn't have for me. I listened to people that I felt that were more seasoned than I was, and it definitely put a hindrance in my walk or in me moving forward in my personal ministry. I'm going to share something with you, so I'm very transparent. It's okay if you say what you want, feel how you want. Everybody know I'm just going to be me. Um, I desired a husband in my 20s. I had received Christ and I was waiting on God. I was living a life of abstinence and just seeking God. And of course, people come in and out of your lives, and there was one particular person that everybody thought that he was my husband. Now, the Lord told me that he wasn't, okay? He told me that he wasn't. But I had so many people coming to tell me that this is from the Lord. Oh, God has blessed you with this man. This man is going to make you so happy. And I mean, I had so many prophecies, honey. So many prophecies. And so, despite my own personal relationship with the Lord and the things that He was telling me, I kind of blotted those things out and took heed to what other people were saying. It ultimately cost me almost my salvation, because I remember the day that I did my vows. Um, I was at my mother's house. I was on the floor in a ball, holding my belly, and from the inside I was saying, "Don't do it, Iva. Don't do it." But all I could hear on top of that was other people telling me that this was the Lord. So I got up from there and took my little self right on up to there and did my vows. And I paid for that. Broke my spirit, broke my heart. And I endured that marriage for about 5 years. But it ultimately did some damage to me. And I learned a very valuable life lesson in that. When you have a relationship with the Lord, you better make sure that you know His voice. Don't allow, it's not that you're being rebellious when the other seasoned saints come, because sometimes God do give them a word, but He's going to give you that confirmation as well. I literally took what they said over what God told me, and I had to pay for that. So I have learned in this walk, stay close to God and know His voice for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one held accountable for the actions that you make. So I'm just encouraging somebody, even when it comes to your ministry. I've had people tell me this is not what God said. He didn't have this for your life. He did. If I listen to what people say, to what people told me that I was supposed to do or not, I wouldn't be moving forward in my music, in my ministry. And so that was just an important lesson. So I don't know who you are out there who may be going through something that you don't want to be offensive to anybody because maybe they're telling you something opposite of what the Lord said. Just know God for yourself. Know His voice and obey His word. And if He gave someone to give you a word, He's going to definitely give you a confirmation behind it. Just don't go off of what people say. They mean well. I don't think anyone told me those things maliciously. I personally feel like they was just so wanting me to be happy, wanting me to be married. Of course, I was a single mother. I had 4 children at the time. So I can imagine, the desires that they wanted. I think they did it from a good place, but it wasn't God. ultimately it wasn't God, or it wouldn't have ruined my life. The man was unfaithful probably from the very big day one of the marriage. I have forgiven and moved on, but that's a lesson that I feel that will take me through and others. So I share my experience with you, so hopefully you can grasp on to that, and you can make your decisions based on what the Lord say about you, not about what anybody else says. Okay, so you be blessed on this evening, and I hope I help somebody.